morning. We'll try something new today. I haven't done much videos, mainly because we're so busy. I normally don't pop up on camera because normally I'm videoing something we're doing. This morning, on the way back from the feed store, we got on a list to get non-GMO hog feed. The only downside is there's not a whole lot of notice. They called me yesterday, won't know if I'm picking it up yesterday or today. It's bulk feed. You kind of see it in the background there. This bag ended up being 1,600 pounds. It's going to be a better way for us to do it just because it's a month's worth of feed. And we don't have to handle 50-pound sacks. So that's going to be good. But anyway, that has nothing to do with this video. It just happens to be I'm driving and I've got some time. And been thinking about some stuff that me and my wife were talking about. Thought I might try to shoot a video from this perspective with me on the camera instead on the other side of the camera. Just ponderings. Most people in the preparedness community, this is what they do. It's a guy or a woman sitting in front of a camera talking. And that started a conversation between me and my wife about the preparedness community as a whole, to where I think most people just do a lot of talking. They've got ideas, they've read stuff, watched stuff, seen stuff, you know. They're just talking about things, which is important, but I think some of them, that's all they do. I think we're probably talking 80 to 90% of preppers are, I grew up in the 90s, so we would call them posers. Just people trying to put up a front. They like the idea of preparedness, so they kind of geek out on it, and study it, learn stuff, whatever, and then make videos about it. I'm in contact with quite a lot of people from the preparedness mindset, and I think most of them fall into that group. With us, one reason I don't do many videos is because we're actually actively doing stuff. We have a handful of businesses and stuff that keep us really busy. Generally, when I get done with our primary business, get home sometimes 5:30, 6 o'clock, sometimes earlier, and then I start on our farm stuff and work on the farm stuff until 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, every night. Sometimes we supper before we start, and sometimes we eat supper 7:30, 8 o'clock when I come in. And we have a pretty well-oiled routine. We do all that, do our stuff, get done within 30 minutes, depending on what all has to be done. And me and my wife would sit down, we watch a show, go take a shower, go to bed. Normally in bed at 9:30. We generally get up, I get up at 5:15, so you know, we're in bed early, up early. And because of that, we're usually so busy and we're so tired, I don't feel like sitting in front of a camera. And I video lots of stuff, and then I just don't ever post it. Some of that we'll probably try to do better about. I keep saying I'm going to do better about it, but really I get nothing out of this. It may help some people. That's one reason I don't understand why so many people watch just the guys talking videos, because you're sitting on your butt watching a guy sitting on his butt. So I don't really understand that so much, but that's the majority of what the channels are. So anyway, and I thought about doing some little, you know, poking in the ribs title about, you know, or 90% of preppers, poser, BS, or some aspect of that. But it's actually the perfect place and the perfect community and the perfect subject to be just totally full of crap. Because most people, they can just do that. They can just do videos, sit in front of a camera, talk a bunch of nonsense, and I showed you some of it, but I'm trying to figure out where the camera is, where I'm supposed to be looking. But anyway, and I'm driving, I'm trying to pay attention. But anyway, they can say, well, I can't show you too much because of OPSEC, you know, which is a thing. It's a thing. We had a guy a while back commented on one of video when I showed the label, because I was proud of the fact it was made in North Carolina. I thought that was cool. And I guess he has something to read the barcode or whatever. He's like, oh, I know where you're at now. I'm going to go to your house. And polite response was, FAFO. Show up. We have lots of people show up. We sell stuff. We have a farm. We have other things we do. We do training. We do all kinds of stuff. In the event things get really, really bad, we won't be there anyway. We'll be elsewhere at our other location. So, but anyway, I think that's a kind of a retarded logic to have, you know. So if you're one of those guys that want to say, hey, I'm going to show up at your place, and if the world falls to crap, you're probably not going to remember anything about me. You're going to be worried about other things. And if you do show up, which we have a handful of people that are planned to show up, they're not showing up empty-handed or without skill or ability or work ethic. They're not going home every day and sitting on their couch, or a pet peeve of mine, playing freaking video games. The amount of middle-aged men that go home every day and play video games is absolutely astonishing to me. And it's not so much that I'm anti-video game. If you get something out of that, they say it's good for your brain and stuff. And every once in a while I'll play a phone game with our youngest boy, the only one we still have around the house. And yeah, that's fine and all, but I think most people let it monopolize their lives. Like, they sit and do it for hours and hours and hours. And I got to where I didn't like video games because my oldest boy was into video games. We didn't buy him none of it. I refused to buy those systems because, from my experience, it takes a perfectly useful man and makes him sedentary and absolutely useless. Not across the board, but during the time they're playing, they accomplish nothing. And they might be all proud of whoever their guy is or whatever, and you know they've got it, but it's not. There's nothing real. There's nothing tangible. You haven't accomplished anything in the real world. And this is extremely pervasive in the preparedness community. I don't know why. I think they feel like if they get on and play these shoot 'em up games that they're actually learning tactics or military stuff or whatever. But from my experience with that, that's they're not even doing tactics. They're just all running around shooting everybody. But anyway, I'm sure that's going to piss people off, and I don't really care. Like I say, I don't get anything out of this anyway, other than just trying to help people with what we're doing, showing them some stuff. My primary project this weekend, after getting his feet off, is I have to get my pig water situation straightened out. It's hot. Pigs don't sweat. So they keep knocking the water over, so I have to come home every single day, fill up a 300-gallon tank, go haul it to another 300-gallon tank and transfer it, and it's just time-consuming when I could be doing other things. I'm not going to go home on a pretty day and play video games. That's for dang sure. So, well, I watch a lot of videos that are repetitious, too. I'm trying not to do that. Anyway, don't waste your life away playing video games. If you ain't got no money, that's fine. I understand not having no money to spend on anything. But you can change it. You can do something about it. I tell people all the time, if you don't like something about your situation, change it. You're in full control. You have the full ability. If you're one of those people that feel like you're oppressed and held down and beat down and you're a victim or whatever, change your mentality. Do something different in your life. Don't go home and sit and play video games and waste your time away where you have no time, and you're not going to make any money playing video games anyway. It probably takes your money, but you may not have time to go get a part-time job, but you got time to grow a garden. You got time to do something. You got to do something practical. And a lot of you out there are killing it. I talk to some people too, and they're out there getting it. They work full-time. They have side gigs, side hustles, that's what they call it. I think that's great. You know what I mean? If there's lots of little tiny things. I come up with a dozen business ideas a week, and I just don't have time to mess with them. We're too busy doing our other things. And I tell lots of people about those ideas, like, hey, I thought about this? Why don't you go do this? You can make some money at it. I know you can make money at it if you have the time to devote to it. And most of it's not something that takes an extreme amount of time. It's just a few hours here and a few hours there. And if you have a free weekend, maybe a free weekend every once in a while. And could create an additional income stream. So for those people that have no money to spend, and times are tough. Inflation's up. You know, it's eating out of your pocket every day. Especially if you have a consistent income source that you can increase or decrease. Fixed income. People use that term to only apply to elderly, but anybody that's on salary and isn't allowed overtime, like me, we're on fixed incomes. So if you want to make more money, you have to do something different to make more money. That's what I suggest. And don't go home and sit around and watch YouTube videos of guys sitting on their butts while you're sitting on your butt. I watch videos too, but it's usually while I'm driving, or I listen to. I generally play them and listen to them because most of it's just information. They're not doing anything on camera that you need to listen. I mean, that you need to see anyway visually. You can just listen to them because it's usually a dude sitting on his butt. So I have I ain't gonna say I committed, because that changes with my mood and time, but I'm gonna try to do my best to do more videos about what we're doing, because we're literally doing stuff every day, every single day. We don't skip a day, we don't miss a day. Even on rainy days we do stuff, about how we're moving forward, how we're staying on mission. We're just keeping going. We just don't waste time, because I don't know that we have that much time to waste. So there's my 2 cents for what it's worth. If I pissed people off, I apologize. If you are not the guy just sitting on your butt and you're not full of crap, and you're actually doing preparedness stuff, homesteading stuff, farming stuff, whatever, if you're doing tactical stuff, you know, everybody loves the tactical stuff, which, that's important. Security is important, but most people focus on that because it's fun and it's cool, and it's way more interesting than planting and picking green beans, you know. But if you ever bit a bullet, they kind of suck. They're not going to do you much good. Green beans are probably 10 times more important than bullets. So anyway, for what it's worth, I think that's about it. I don't want to make this too awful long. I don't normally do videos of this length anyway. And generally, I don't do a whole lot of talking. Don't do a whole lot of opinionating, because you get a bunch of stupid people that just love to comment on just absolute nonsense anyway. Don't do that either. If you don't like what I say, just don't listen to it. You know, don't be rude. I'm not rude to anybody. And also don't lie. Try not to lie to anybody for any reason, because it's way easier if you just tell everybody the truth, and that keeps everything straight. But don't lie to people on YouTube. Don't lie in your comments. Don't act like something you're not. If that's what you want to be, then go be that. Don't just act like it. Don't go wasting your time way out. We have such, the older I get, the more and more I realize that time is extremely short. We do not have long. That's if we live an expected life and nothing cuts it short. Cancer, end of the world, SHT, whatever, you know, pandemics. We just have a very short time on this planet, and you got to maximize that. So don't waste it. Go make it happen. Keep getting at it.